You're watching Weekend at Gabe's and I'm Weekend Gabe. This latest episode was brought to you by the good folks over at the Ghetto Flower. Use our code W at G for an exclusive 15% discount when visiting their site. Tell them I sent you. Now enjoy the show. All right, joining us now from an undisclosed location with a newly minted Grammy Award, Fya Man here on Weekend at Gabe. How are you?
Yes, sir. What up? What up?
How's it going?
Good. How's it feel to win a Grammy? I know that oftentimes people diminish the value of the Grammy, but this has to be a extraordinary moment and achievement for all the work that you've achieved in the past 12 to 15 years of recording and putting out music. How did you feel when you heard that Hurricane had won?
It felt amazing. I felt good. I knew it the moment we made the song. I already knew, like, oh yeah, we gone. I'm gone.
Well, the Hurricane is one of Sam's favorite songs. We had Malik Youssef on with us, your mentor, on with us last show, and he gave last year, and he gave us a really full, in-depth breakdown of the record. But we want to get sort of your experience working on that. Take us into the crafting and designing of that song in particular.
Weekend did an amazing job. Lil Baby did an amazing job. Kanye did an amazing job. Really, just like Kanye did a whole new techniques that I never really seen somebody do when it comes to making a song. Just how he even put it together. Like, he's just a genius how he even do it. And I'm very excited to be able to aid and assist in those moments and, do my part in the team.
Talk a little bit more about the Donda sessions. We spoke to Malik, and he described it as after 50 days coming out of a dark hole, gasping for air. I believe was his exact description there. You described it similarly in another interview that you did this year, but you also described sort of being a vessel, listening to Kanye, but not just regurgitating when you were writing the things that he was saying to you, but listening and feeling that energy to create something new and unique.
Yeah.
So talk about how you approach those sessions, what it was like to be in those high pressure situations.
It was good. I mean, I learned a lot. I learned a lot from Bugs, another mentor of mine. He real cold with the beats and with just life. Tell you a lot of stuff in life, how to stay low and keep firing and all that. Yeah, it was a journey. It was an experience. I made a lot of good relationships and connections and a lot of camaraderie bonds built over that time. Since then, people that I still keep in contact with to this day, Mike Dean, like Push, like just a lot of different great people. You know what I'm saying? So it was a life changer for me in a lot of ways. Even besides just making the music, it was like if you go to like Professor Xavier camp or some shit like that, or something like that. You go to X-Men camp and you get cool. You start meeting all the other X-Men. Like, oh shit, what up? What up, Cyclops? Like, oh, what up? And then y'all go from what up to y'all been in here for weeks and y'all just been, you feel me, just building on some normal shit. So
yeah. You described almost in another interview. You described almost a holy experience. You guys are eating the same food and drinking the same liquids. Is that where you feel like that camaraderie comes from? It's almost, I mean it's like apostolic.
I won't say all that, and we didn't like stand there and do a seance and fucking like, eat some, do a fucking. We didn't do all that and summon the powers of darkness. And now we have, and now we've joined. No, it ain't like that. That's like The Simpsons or something. But it was more like just shit. It was what you would do if you was all together. Then y'all gonna do everything together. Like it was natural, We had kind of have some amazing chefs, and they was they're doing their thing. And, they had some crazy food every day, and we was doing what we supposed to do.
Word.
To talk about the writing process for Kanye and how you're able to adapt writing for yourself and for him. What is the difference, or how do you approach that? Because you have to get into his mindset. And I was reading that with Donda specifically was intended to be family orientated or a focus on family. So how are you able to like tap into what his feelings were and then find his voice to write and channel his experience?
I don't really write in nobody else's voice. I just, I, um, when I write songs with myself or with other people, I just speak truthfully, and I put it together. You know, I just channel the energy that I channel, and we put it together. Like I base it off conversations that I have with different artists or different things like that, and then I do my part to aid and assist.
Is that a benefit to your memory? Are you remembering those conversations? Are you taking notes during those conversations? How are you transitioning that into material?
Mental notes. That's like a me and you talking right now, and then you'd be like, "Man, Joe, like last week I was into it with my gym teacher at my college because ooh, this or that happened. He ain't like what kind of socks I had on. So now I'm finna like just next time I'm writing a song, like most likely it's probably gonna work in the songs that we doing together. I'm gonna be like you know, I'm from the city where the white socks. Got into it with my gym teacher because he said he ain't like my white socks. So shit, something like that. Like I just start putting it together.
Word.
Yeah.
Real organic like that. I love that.
Yes, sir.
What's the signal from Kanye that he approves? Like, how do you know when he really feels something or something like strikes a chord with him?
Uh, he like it. If he don't like it, he gonna say no. That ain't it.
It's just as simple as a nah, or it gets a little bit more
He might crack a
aggravating.
joke or something. Like it depends on if he rock with, if you know him or something. Or, like it's gonna be a teachable moment though. Like you gonna learn how to be a better writer, better producer, better do the
Yeah.
drums, how to do everything better. Like he gonna tell you like no, not like that. Do it this way. And then you might be like, okay, bet now you know in your arsenal that's a whole new thing that you just learned how to just do again or learn from there.
Word.
For when you work with him or just when you're making beats or whatever you're doing. Clothes, whatever it is, putting on clothes, anything, you will learn a lot from him.
Hell yeah. Let's reflect on your journey in its totality. Obviously, like ending up in a Grammy room, in a Grammy nom with the trophy. Did you feel like that was always destined for you as you were coming through the ranks in Chicago, working really hard as an independent artist?
Can you say that again? My bad.
Yeah, no, you good. I was just saying, reflecting on your journey in its totality, do you feel like this Grammy was destined for you from the jump, or do you feel like this massive relief that this is something that's happened to you?
It was. I won't say destined. I don't. You could. Say, I don't know. I don't think. I don't think about it like things like that. Like something destined for you. That I feel like that's real easy to. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if it's destined, like I was destined to be the next president or something then, or I'm destined to marry a Rothschild or something like that then. For me, I just feel like you put the work in, you put the hard work in, and you give, you give thanks to the Most High, and things move when you move.
Yeah. Well, what about sort of the coming from the blog era, your own writing, working with Vic, working with Chance, working with Dirk, all these iconic artists that are from Chicago, and sharpening your blade and your writing and your production and all that. But when you reflect on kind of this achieving moment, was there ever sort of this emotional efficacy that sort of channeled all these different experiences that landed you there? The work that, like you said, the work that you put in. Did you kind of have that silent moment of like, wow, like it all paid off?
You said emotional. What? Did you say ecstasy or something?
He said ecstasy. He kind of fumbled the word. My
Ecstasy,
bad.
cool. Kids don't do ecstasy. Ecstasy be kind of cool sometimes, but
Stay off that.
don't do ecstasy, kids.
Yeah.
No, but I'm very emotionally connected to the movement of Chicago. I'm very ingrained into the movement of Chicago since I haven't been able to be a part of shit at all. I've always been one of the people that's the kind of like help be the fabric of that. So
Yeah.
for me, and all the other people that's that same movement from the other generations or my generation, the next one's like when we was all in there, it was just that crib up mentality. Like we all look at each other and know what we all just came from. We all know that same hostel, that same Cottage Grove, them same crackheads, the same like things that we got to traverse through to get to this kind of point. Like so, we all just kind of know that feeling. Like damn, imagine all of us was on a near death experience together, and we see each other. You know what I mean, 8 years later or 4 years later or whatever years later, and we seen each other since then or whatever, but now we all see each other right here, right now, and it's like, man, and we looking at everybody else, but we looking at each other like, well, they don't even know. Like, they don't even know what it really, what you feel, what stuff really be reality for people like us.
Is that part of why like you feel you also mentioned in another interview that like when you meet Chicago dudes you have that instant connection? Is that the feeling that causes that?
I won't say I don't know if I did say that it probably was a misspeak or something. I won't say I have an instant connection with people.
Yeah.
Uh,
You talked about in an interview that you went to a Vic Mensa session, you went out for a cigarette.
No, we had me and Vic had an uninstant connection at first, and then we became an instant connection after a while because it really was kind of like that. See, Chicago people, we don't really necessarily always have an instant connection. We probably don't have an instant connection most of the time. But then we like to feel people out. We like to see what's to people. Like we don't just what's up, bro? What's your name all the time with people like and what we on, like, you know what I'm saying? So with Vic, it was that same, like, it was that feeling of like, because I met Vic at his crib for the first time. It wasn't like I met him out at a thing. Then he seen me a couple other times, and I did the reintroduce thing or no shit. And then after a while, it's like, oh, okay, yeah. No, it wasn't gradual or shit. It was just like, Big bro brought me to his crib. He kind of looking at me like, who's dude? You know what I'm saying? And then he realized who I was. Once Poppy Beast told him like, yeah, you know this dude who done this and who's this person? He sing this song that y'all grew up to and y'all be bumping and woo and that song. And then that's when it was like, oh, okay. That's when we start connecting and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right.
What is that like going into these spaces and you're being asked to come in and people may not necessarily know your history or your contributions, and like how do you approach that as far as them recognizing your skill level in songwriting and structure and producing? How do you like sort of like demonstrate or let them know
Usually,
like no, I'm here for the real deal, like.
so usually my reputation will precede me or something. So usually, like when I come in there, people already just kind of know, like, even if they don't know each thing or something, they know what I do. Like they know I'm one of them who do that for real, and at whatever we doing. So it's like people they already know that, and after a while they start learning more and more. I'm not the type of person who walk in and be like, yeah, I did this or I did that.
Right, sure.
Like people just usually kind of just know what's going on, or they grow to know what's going on.
Absolutely.
Because they see by the work, like. I do it again though. That's the difference. Some people they don't have to keep doing it. They just had a moment or something, or lucked up on it, or just caught one, or something like that. Like we not catching one HOF. Like we probably like we gonna keep. Yeah, we gonna keep doing it.
Hell yeah! So this Grammy is not a finish line for you. It seems like it's safe to say there's more coming from Fya Man.
Yeah, it's more all this stuff. It's more bigger.
You spoke about how your catalog speaks for itself. It obviously does. I saw you on Twitter the other day looking for Lil Bibby. Was curious. I would have assumed y'all would have linked up by now.
Yeah, me too. That's like the only person that I don't know from Chicago.
Is
I
there
know
other
people that he know and stuff, but we got people in common or something probably, but we personally haven't got a chance to build over the years.
Is there anybody else left on your bucket list as far as like who you really love to collaborate, work with?
Cupcake.
Word. Hey,
she's
I'm giving you an air horn for that. She's
awesome.
Yeah.
Cupcake. I don't know. I don't know.
That's a good answer.
I just let it happen. Yeah.
I'll take that. Let's talk about Grammy night itself. We obviously the fit
people like that. More stuff with Hov.
Oh, word. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But let's talk about the fit on Grammy night. You was
Yes,
rocking
sir.
best dressed rapper at the event was the
I agree.
caption on the post.
I agree.
Word. Where did the inspo come from? Was that something that a designer picked out for you? Did you dress yourself? What are you
No, I
looking
don't
for?
got no designer. I just always been free as hell since I was real young. I always been into clothes or fashion and all that. Put on some clothes. Um, yeah, I'm into that. So I just was inspired by. I wanted to just. I figured we'll win some Grammys. I want to come in there looking like a Grammy. Yeah,
Smart.
Word.
like a true star say.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
There was
And oh, go
oh,
ahead,
go
Gabe.
ahead. But no, go ahead, Sam. Get it off.
I was just gonna get one more in. I mean, everybody sees the Grammys on TV. We watch, we hear the performances, but no one really knows what it feel like in the room.
Yeah,
And it's various celebrities
Mm.
that say different things. A lot of people say it's really boring, especially if you don't win. You obviously won. What was your experience like in the room? Was it something that you would repeat, that you would do again, or if they invited you again, you'd be like, nah?
I don't know what. Unfortunately, I don't know what it's like to be at the Grammys and not win. I can't give you that information. You interviewing the wrong guy. You know what I'm saying? Oh no. You're interviewing the wrong person right now, sir. I don't know anything. No, not yet. No, no, I don't. No, but it was fun to me. Said I was in that bitch drinking champagne. I was right in front of the stage, sitting right there, right with BTS.
A word.
I'm sitting right with BTS. We getting sitchy, drinking the champagne and all that. Yes, sir.
Word. Is the Fya Man BTS collab coming soon?
Uh, I plan on going to LA and working with them joints, and he works a lot with those guys, so it's really not off the table. That's kind of what I was talking about with them. Like, yeah, you know how it is. You'd be like, hey, you know what? You say your person to comment with a motherfucker. You
Yeah.
be like, oh yeah, you know them joints. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's my people. Type shit. You know what I'm saying?
I love it.
You
I
know,
love it.
Chicago, mother, we gonna go somewhere and figure it out, finesse. Our way.
That is the Chicago way. That's for
We gonna
sure.
move through this.
Yeah, I want to. You posted yesterday an interview you did
And
with
shout out to
a.
Malik Youssef, man. Again, what you say?
Yeah, word.
No, I was gonna say that you posted on your Instagram yesterday interview you did with like a local Fox affiliate, and you were really heavy on like trying to focus on like the positivity of like hip hop, the culture, the music, and how media will really key in on negative
Uh,
ideas and how that is important because that really pushes forward the music and influencing the younger kids, especially those of color. So talk a little bit about like what you feel like you're as an artist, how are you doing that work or trying to influence others or inspire younger kids who are like you yourself, independently making music, trying to find a way to get to that next step?
well, my interview it wasn't about music, man. It was I ain't say nothing about music more so. It was more so just about like I ain't want them to paint a picture of positivity and all of that. I ain't really, I'm not the most. That's not really what I'm here for to try to like paint images of positivity. I'm more just to paint the truth.
Mm.
So it's like for me, I feel like the truth sometimes ain't positive, and
Right.
they was painting positive images and negative images how they do. But my whole point was the media, especially those that level of media all the time, like they really I just was saying it's all cap. Like the fact that it's distraction and it's just disinformation, misinformation, and it's programming you, man, all that showing you what to be scared of so that they can come later sell you something. Well, you know how it is. So I just
Sure.
want to break the third wall for a minute and be like, all right, I'm on the cap brainwash network right now, but for those who don't have nobody for those who don't talk to people who don't have that information for some people never even knew that a lot of people that voted for Trump or something, or a lot of people it's a large like population of people who literally believe that type stuff for real. They really look at CNN and woo and blah 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 and NBCs and all that, and look at the loop that be playing, and they really get told what to think and feel for real. They don't even
Right.
know. No one. They don't hang around people who even talk about stuff like that. So I just want to
No.
go in there and be like, all right, it's all cap. You know what I'm saying? We're out the band, this and that, crib up. We already know
Yeah.
what's going on.
No, hell yeah. Hell yeah. I wanna get a couple fun questions in here, Gabe. You got anything left that's serious on your end?
No, I'm more so fire about like I know you said like as far as like the credits and the writing credits that you kind of have some loose business out there as far as getting the your credit attached to records that you worked on, but like you
Yeah.
don't describe yourself as like a ghostwriter. You're an artist. You're a contributor to records. But
Yeah.
how important is it to get identified and get that credit to
What you
these
just
records that
hold on, wait. It's breaking up a little bit. Say it again, the last part.
no, just how important is it to you to make sure that people know that you're
Damn. Hold
responsible
on,
for the
wait.
development?
That shit tweaking. Hold on. Shit tweaking.
Oh, there you go.
Hold on, let's get back in this bitch again real
Yeah,
quick.
no worries, no worries, no worries. We'll hop
All
off,
right,
hop back on. Live TV, things happen. You know, it be what it is.
that's
Now, this is awesome, man. To be with a Grammy winner, absolutely fantastic. And I got
yeah.
I got some Professor X mutant questions up next. So
That
like,
yeah no that was gonna be my fun question as well.
you know
I
what I'm
wanted to
saying?
find out. I wanted to find out what he thought Malik Youssef like. What was his X-Men character? That was my because I
Word.
think that would be all
We'll
right. We
figure
got
that out.
Fireman back on the weekend at
Yeah,
Gabe's. We
still
good?
doing that shit.
Uh oh.
You got us?
Can you hear?
Yes, sir.
All right, bet.
All right.
Go ahead, Gabe.
Last serious question before we get to some fun stuff before we get you out of here. That you had talked about, like you're not a ghostwriter. There's some credits out there that you haven't been attributed to or attached to songs yet. But how important is it that you make sure that the public knows that you're contributing to these hits that they're singing and that they're playing a million times? Is that important to you to make sure that those writing credits are seen, either on Tidal or wherever?
I mean, people. It's more important for me to just for people to just know, like, just it's really just about people growing up to the shit. For me, like, people grow up to my music. People grow up to the vibes, and they make memories to it. They make dances to it. They make babies. They make laughs, cries, all that type of stuff. And that's what I think is important when it comes to the sound of the music. Um,
Yeah,
People know they supposed to know they know. Everybody know who know. Everybody who cares to know they know. My fans know. People that's fans of me know. And I'm doing music for my fans, man. And I'm doing music for the world. So it's like that's what I do it for.
Hell yeah.
fantastic.
Hell yeah. One
All
last
right.
fun question. We like to have a little bit of fun on this show. You mentioned getting in the Donda sessions was kind of like going to Professor Xavier's school, meeting all the
Yeah,
mutants, teaming up. I'm wondering, what's your mutant superpower and what's your costume?
my mutant superpower is probably just dressing raw as hell. That's like it. Yeah, that's my superpower.
Hell
what
yeah.
would be Malik Youssef? What mutant would he be from the X-Men class?
Malik Yousef,
Yeah, like what mutant would
he
he
a
be?
mixture between Wolverine and Professor Xavier.
Yeah, exactly. I
But if
meant
they
like
was
same.
if they a gang bang or something, if they yeah, if they was BPS, so.
Hell yeah. And the one last question is in your bio, but we couldn't find any information. But you got the Emmy and the Grammy, as far as I
Yeah,
understand. So can we expect the EGOT from Fya Man?
yep,
Oscar and Tony coming soon?
yeah,
You heard it here first, folks.
yeah.
That's a Wink in the
Uh,
That's
Gabe's
the
exclusive.
plan.
All right. Fireman, thank you so much for giving us your time tonight here on Weekend at Gibbs. Congratulations again. We're all super proud of you and the work that you're doing and bringing it home to the crib. We love it. We can't wait to see what you do next.
Got an untitled album that's gonna be coming out real soon.
Hell
All
yeah.
right. Is
What's
that
it called? Give us a
exclusive?
title.
Well, I won't call it an album. I'll call it a project or a mixtape or something like that. But it's gonna be a body of work that's coming soon. A complete idea from me again. The next one after Solid and after Purple
Purple
Heart.
Heart. Yeah.
Mm,
All right. And
word.
can you give us an exclusive? Do you have a title for it? A drop date? What else on top of that?
Just stay tuned.
Just stay tuned. You heard it here first, folks.
All right.
Stay
Fya
tuned.
Man joining us on Weekend at Games. Thank you so much again. We appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
HOF.
There you
HOF.
go. The hits. That's all we give on this show. And that's the only. Listen. Matt,
Incredible.
wonderful.
I mean, I think he's a man who doesn't BS a lot. You know, he lives very firmly in reality, and I can't express to you, Weekend Gabe, how much I respect that. What a guy! Been through almost everything in the city of Chicago and beyond. Worked with almost everybody, and just an honor to have him take some time with us here today on Weekend at Gabe's.
Imagine that though, like the group of artists that you like begin with, your Chances, your Vicks, and your Dirks, all these like now household names, but the people you begin with, not just one of them made it, but like all of them made it.
Yeah, he was one of the first to work with Dirk on the early mixtapes, and now to see Dirk fully in fruition with everything he's got going on,
That's
that's
amazing.
crazy.
That's
Incredible.
incredible. I'm so happy for him. I mean, I probably more care about this than he does, but like I want the writing credits to people to know what he does. But he seems to just be like the music.
I think that's
and
what's
impact.
that's what's so refreshing about it, though, is that he lives Fya Man's life. Like he is not too scared, too nervous to talk to BTS at the Grammys. He is not too scared, too nervous to stand his ground when Vic Mensa looking at him funny. He's just a man who's very secure with himself. He knows what he is. He knows what he's done. And so long as he knows that, he doesn't feel the need to prove anything to anybody. If it feels like, maybe I'm putting words in his mouth, but certainly a deserved Grammy. Certainly an incredible human being, and an honor to have him on the show.
There you go. And don't do ecstasy, kids. Ecstasy.
Don't do ecstasy, kids. We learned that tonight.
Ecstasy.
That was another Weekend at Gabe's exclusive.
There you go. That was a Gabeism. They're going to start tallying up these isms. Listen, I'm glad he's paying attention, though. Good for him, though. Thank you for watching the latest episode of Weekend at Games on YouTube, brought to you by the Ghetto Flower. Make sure to also click on the links in the description for more information to our guests and access to exclusive new music from the Ghetto Flower and so much more. Make sure to also like and subscribe to the show, and also continue to share, support, and show love by clicking on any of the links surrounding my head. Thanks for watching.